You ever feel a chill run down your spine when you turn off the lights? That tingle in your gut when you're home alone and hear a floorboard creak? We all love a good scare. This isn't just about blood and guts, though those have their place. This is about the stories that get under your skin, the dread that seeps into your bones. So buckle up. We're diving headfirst into the top 10 horror movies on Netflix that will keep you up at night. Let's start with a classic, The Conjuring. This one's based on the real-life cases of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, which automatically adds a layer of oh hell no to the whole thing. We're talking haunted farmhouse, a family terrorized by an evil entity, and enough jump scares to make you spill your popcorn. The Conjuring is a masterclass in building suspense. It's the atmosphere, the chilling whispers, the things you see that truly terrify. It's the kind of movie that stays with you long after the credits roll, making you wonder if you should bless your house with some holy water, just in case. Next up is Hereditary, a film that burrows into your brain and lays eggs. This isn't your typical haunted house story, it's a slow burn, a psychological thriller that messes with your mind more than your pulse. Toni Collette's performance is absolutely chilling. She embodies the unraveling of a woman grappling with grief, guilt, and a terrifying family legacy. Hereditary is a film that stays with you long after the credits roll. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves, the ones we invite into our homes and into our hearts. Now let's step back in time to 17th century New England with The Witch. This film is a masterclass in atmosphere and dread. From the stark, unforgiving landscape to the Puritan family struggling to survive, The Witch creates a sense of isolation and paranoia that's palpable. The film's commitment to historical accuracy adds a layer of realism that's truly unsettling. The Witch is a slow burn, a film that gets under your skin and festers. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create in our own minds, fueled by fear, isolation, and the unknown. Chapter 4. It Follows. You can run, but you can't hide. This film takes a simple, terrifying premise. You're being followed by an entity that can take the form of anyone, and the only way to escape it is to pass the curse on through sex. The entity isn't a monster in the traditional sense, it's a relentless force that can appear as anyone, anywhere, at any time. It Follows is a film that stays with you long after the credits roll, making you question every glance, every encounter, every step you take. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we can't see, the ones that lurk in our peripheral vision, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And that ending, man, it's the kind of ending that leaves you with more questions than answers. Chapter 5. Bird Box. See no evil, hear no evil. Bird Box takes the concept of unseen terror to a whole new level. Imagine a world where looking at something, anything, could drive you to madness and suicide. Sandra Bullock's character navigates a post-apocalyptic world, blindfolded, with 2 young children in tow. The audience is kept in the dark, literally, experiencing the world through the limited senses of the characters. Bird Box taps into our primal fear of the unknown, the things that go bump in the night, the creatures that lurk just beyond our field of vision. It's a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we can't see, the ones that exist only in our imaginations. Chapter 6. A Quiet Place. Silence is golden and deadly. In a world overrun by creatures that hunt by sound, A Quiet Place forces us to confront our own reliance on noise. The film follows a family struggling to survive in a world where the slightest whisper could mean death. The use of silence as a storytelling device is masterful, creating an atmosphere of constant tension and dread. The family's struggle to maintain their humanity in the face of such overwhelming adversity is both heartbreaking and inspiring. A Quiet Place is a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll, making you think twice about every sound you make. Chapter 7. Gerald's Game. Trapped in a Nightmare. Gerald's Game is a psychological thriller that will leave you feeling deeply disturbed. Based on the Stephen King novel, the film follows a woman who accidentally kills her husband during a kinky sex game gone wrong. Handcuffed to the bed with no way to escape, she must confront her deepest fears and darkest secrets to survive. The film explores themes of trauma, abuse, and the power of the human mind to both heal and destroy. Gerald's Game is a disturbing and unsettling film that will stay with you long after the credits roll. The Babadook is a masterclass in psychological horror. This Australian film centers on a widowed mother and her troubled son, who are terrorized by a sinister entity known as the Babadook. But the true horror of the Babadook lies not in the creature itself, but in what it represents: grief, depression, and the darkness that can consume us when we refuse to confront our inner demons. The Babadook itself, with its long fingers, top hat, and creepy grin, is the stuff of nightmares. The Babadook is a film that gets under your skin and stays with you. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves, the ones we feed with our fear and denial. Based on a novella by Stephen King, 1922 is a chilling tale of guilt, madness, and the consequences of our actions. Thomas Jane delivers a powerhouse performance as Wilfred James, a farmer who murders his wife and enlists the help of his teenage son to cover it up. The film's setting, the vast and unforgiving Nebraska plains, adds to the sense of isolation and despair. 1922 is a slow burn, a film that seeps into your bones and chills you to the core. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves, the ones we carry within us. 1922 is a haunting and unforgettable film that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Annabelle takes us back to the haunted universe of The Conjuring, this time focusing on the origin story of the creepy doll that haunted our dreams. The film follows a young couple who acquire the doll, only to find themselves terrorized by a malevolent entity that has possessed it. Annabelle is a classic haunted house story with a twist. The doll itself is inherently creepy, with its vacant eyes and unsettling grin. The film is full of jump scares and chilling moments that will leave you sleeping with the lights on. It's a story about the power of belief, the dangers of dabbling in the occult, and the importance of protecting the ones we love. So there you have it, folks. 10 films that will leave you checking under the bed and sleeping with the lights on. But remember, fear is a powerful emotion. It can paralyze us or it can fuel our creativity. These films, as terrifying as they are, remind us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create in our own minds. So the next time you're feeling brave, turn off the lights, fire up Netflix, and let these films take you on a journey into the heart of darkness.